Hello, Steve Arts 89. So I finally got my Henry Cavill McFarlane Superman, and I had my Christopher Reeve McFarlane Superman. And there's obviously been a lot of comparisons made about the two actors, and also the new Superman actor versus Cavill. And something I always found frustrating and stupid, and I'm sure it's already been talked to death in the comic book forums, but I wasn't really there, is the idea of and the depiction of Superman as being really bulky. This is so stupid. Now, the Superman I grew up with was, I guess, the Super Powers toy, the Super Friends TV show, the Christopher Reeve Superman. He was built, but he was not really muscly. He was quite tall, taller than I realised. I think he was 6'3" or something, or 6'4". And he was kind of slender originally, and then he went to the gym and he bulked up a little bit, but he was never big. He was never, chunky. When you look at Cavill, for example, he really went to the gym, and really, because I think it's a really basic, unintelligent thing that the general public has, is they think, well, Superman's so strong, he has to be muscly. No, he doesn't. He gets the power from the sun. And it doesn't even make sense, because he would be slim, because where is he going to get a workout from? What's he going to do? Go fly up and move the moon out of its orbit and back a couple of times, for exercise or something every day? I mean, the man can literally move planets and stuff. So how is he getting a workout? How is he, what is the term? How's he basically working his muscles? He's not. He would just be like a regular guy on his planet. So he's just going to be a regular guy build. And the idea that people, it's just stupid thinking. It's like, oh, Superman's really strong. He has to be really big and have lots of muscles. So you see these depictions of Superman being really huge in the cartoons because stupid people thought that. And people pandering to stupid people drew him that way. Fortunately, they cast on acting with the films, and they got a really good actor in Christopher Reeve to play Superman, and they just got him to go to the gym a bit. They didn't need for him to wear ridiculous padding or go on roids or something like that. Not saying Henry Cavill did the roids, but so far as padding, I mean, I love the new Lois and Superman. I always want to say Lois and Clark, and then even Lois and Superman, but the new Superman and Lois series, that costume has a lot of padding, and it's really obvious sometimes, and I think it's not necessary. The guy is fit enough, he doesn't need it. But there's just this idea that Superman has to be muscly, and it's just really basic and annoying. And whenever I see depictions of Superman being this ridiculously chunky character, he would have problems with flexibility. If you look at those big muscle guys, some of them can't even walk properly because their thighs are too big, and they can't reach behind them because their muscles are pushing on their muscles, and I don't know how they do it. I mean, the biggest I've ever been from working out, I did have a moment where I was trying to reach across to do something, and my bicep was pushing on my pec muscle, and I realized I can't reach what I could reach before. It was only a couple of centimeters difference just from that little bit of extra muscle that I'd built. And I'm like, wow, what would the people who are big, how you'd be disabled? You wouldn't be able to do anything. You'd be like those dinosaurs with the Tyrannosaurus Rex with the little flailing arms. I just find it really ludicrous. And whenever I see depictions of Superman like that, I'm just like, how stupid is the person who drew that, and how stupid are the people he's drawing it for? So I need to bitch about that because it pissed me off, because some people have criticised Christopher Reeve saying, oh, he's not big enough to be Superman. I'm like, oh, you idiot. He was amazing. Now, Cavill, I like Cavill. I think he's a nerd. I think he grew up being fat. I think he didn't have the best body when he was a teenager. He didn't have that entitled, praised sort of experience some men go through. He had to sort of lose the weight and build up, and I think you always have that with you. Even if you achieve those goals, you don't forget what it was like to be the person being shunned and looked down on and judged or whatever. I think that was his experience of bulking up, and that it wasn't that he was always this star athlete or something. I think he was a heavier guy who built the muscle later. I hope I'm not confusing him with another actor, but that was the story that I heard in regards to him. that he was an extra in some movie and he was heavier, and that was his start, I think is what I heard about him, and it took him a while to get into stuff because it took him a while to get himself looking as good as he does, and I think you appreciate it more, you don't take it for granted. So I like Cavill, but Christopher Reeve is better, and the people who judge him on his weight and think that Superman is supposed to be big and bulky, it just drives me nuts, and I just want to have a bitch about it because I realise I can talk about anything I want on my YouTube channel. It doesn't matter. And sometimes I just want to talk about something just for the therapy of it. And even if no one listens and no one responds, at least I get it out. So there's my big rant about Superman doesn't need to be, a big chunk of meat to be Superman. He doesn't have to look like, one of those roid babies. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this subject.